and that just shows fantastic skill. And, you know, his game tonight has been very good after starting pretty slowly. His third goal, I think, Jason, and has run himself into the ground. And you look here, he made a decision not to go to cloak and then go for goal. And if you make the decision, you kick the goal, you're always right.
Brad Dalziel with a big job. Mark Murphy, 3 goals for the night. Margin back out to 23.
It's like a 2-goal turnaround, isn't it? The Bradshaw miss at one end, and then you thread the needle on the run. Murphy at the other end.
Cruiser, Hadley, Judd, Russell, Adcock, Power, Black.
Gee, they're harder in the middle though, Brisbane. They were, you know, a quarter and a half ago. Really, really desperate and hard in that centre of the ground, which has got them back into the game.
Brown back to Power, caught, back to Black. Adcock through the middle, good tackle, ball turned over. Simpson's tackle sees it in the hands of Murphy. Short to Cloak for Vola. Little push, one hand, runs back onto it and rolls it through. Classic Fev.
Now, I'm not sure whether we've got the footage, but the tackle from behind by Simpson in the centre of the ground, that created that goal. Brisbane would have kicked the ball to the forward 50, but Simpson's tackle to bring the guy down, there, it's just such an effective play and almost one of the most important skills in football now is that tackle from behind. Gibbs, fantastic skill. Cloak gets it up there, and then the big Fev, he does what he does best, and that's kick goals.
Daniel Merritt with the big job on the match winner.
He's done a good job too, but a couple of important possessions for Mark Murphy. Kicked the goal, then delivered that ball forward, and his opponent, Brad Dalziel's gone to the bench. Albert Proud back on to resume hostilities with Murphy.
Rich quick in off the square to Power. Black. McDonald. McGrath. Riscatelli wide. Johnson with the fist.
Now, Dwayne, we heard Lee Colbert talking to Brett Montgomery at three-quarter time. He said they needed to get that pressure back that they had in the first half. That's exactly what's happened at the start of this last quarter, Herdy.
Definitely, Jason. It's such an important part of the game. And their tackles are down on last week, but they've still been good in that area.
Adcock with the quick shark. Bradshaw, one-on-one. Oh, free kick.
He's too strong. They've got to change that matchup.
Well, last year, round 21 against Carlton, Bradshaw kicked 6. All of them on Thornton. They've elected not to go with Thornton tonight, but they might have to go with him for the last 17 minutes here.
Well, they've got to pull someone else back because he is simply too strong for Paul Bauer.
He could turn this game. Daniel Bradshaw, he has 5.
Now, the thing that highlights the difference in strength here is when the long high kick came in, he was actually under the ball, but he was able to push back and take Bauer away from the contest and then come back to where the fall of the ball was. Look how he's worked him back 5 metres instead of Bauer working him under the ball. He just doesn't have the body strength to match someone so big.
You're taught when you're playing deep forward to try and control the space around where the ball's going to land and get your opponent out of it. And that's what he's done beautifully and what you're talking about, Jason.
And there's the change, Dwayne. We said if he kicks one more, probably Waite's going to have to go back there, and he has.
Here we go.
And you can't blame Paul Bauer. He battled as best he could, but he was just giving away too much in size.
Leuenberger and Cruiser. Poor bounce, it'll come back.
And that's what Voss has been after all night. He's been after Waite to be accountable. He's got that, and with 4 goals down, you know, in enough time, there's still a very big chance.
So now the key is get it to Brown with a one-out contest and see if he can kick a couple.
Square reset for the ball up. Murphy caught as he tried to get a handball out. Simon Black, bottom of the pack.
And that's what footy is now. It's that game of chess. Who's going to break? Who's going to create the matchup they want? You'd have to say in the Brisbane forward line now, they've got exactly the matchup they want. They've got 3 talls with a lot of space around them. If the ball gets in there quickly, they're better than their opponents and big chance to kick a goal.
Adcock's been instrumental. That's almost a throw. Simpson read it well. Russell thumps it on. Wiggins. Slick handball. Gee, Scotland was dragged down, didn't have it. Ball ricochets to Joseph, who gave it to him anyway. Good one-on-one. Merritt's fist. Drummond comes hard. Knew he was going to get caught. McDonald. Ball out of play. stadium. The majority of them Blues fans. And this has been a hot contest to watch from the opening bounce. Out to a 48-point lead, the Blues at one stage. It stands at 23 now. Johnson. Lead comes from Fev to the pocket, too wide. And it doesn't travel out. Drummond. McGrath. No one to go to. Scott Sherman. It'll need to be a very good kick. It's a terrible kick. Simpson's ball.
The break, Jason. Carlton had a 9-day break leading up to this game, or 8-day break, and Brisbane have had a normal 7-day break. Make any difference?
Look, I think if you've had a 7-day break, you've had enough time. Extra days are always good, but I think it's the short break, the 5- or 6-day break, that really cruels the recovery.
Scotland. Gibbs. Russell. Jacobs. Maintain possession. 23 points the lead. Chip to the pocket. Favola. And he likes this pocket.
And he just asked for the ball that he kicked on top of his opponent's head so he could nudge him out. It was a fantastic kick because he kicked it exactly where Favola asked him to kick it.
Yeah, and the reason Favola just said kick it up here is because he had Drummond there and not Merritt. They've got caught in transition.
He bends that. Bends it too early. The use of the body. Two balls on the field, one taken off. Drummond to the pocket, not 15. Patful. 9 minutes gone, final term. Sherman and Russell in a one-on-one, and Russell thumps it out of play. Carlton fans happy with that. They can reset. Sharman beaten by Jacobs, down to Judd. Through traffic, got it to Gibbs, caught by Rich. Hands off to Johnson. High ball, Wiggins! Big fly, couldn't bring it down. Had a bit of fun while he was up there. Ball in.
Terrific strength by Judd in that contest through his hips and contest.
Jacobs and Charman again. McDonald, Black, Rich, Russell. Adcock, Sherman, Riscatelli, Power, Sherman again. He might go for home. Has a bounce. Chips the ball. Tough bouncing ball. Bradshaw at his feet. Didn't know whether to pick it up or knock it on. Hooper. He tries to burst his way through. He's up. He's down. He's got it. He's lost it. Sherman. He started it all. And he finishes it.
Well, I'm so glad for Justin Sherman's sake that he kicked the goal, because he was guilty of the worst kind of butchery coming into the attacking 50. Again, and that's what I was talking about earlier, he was running flat stick with someone chasing. It's hard to kick, but he only had to chip it in the air. Bradshaw was 10 clear behind play. Now we've got a Carlton player down, and I'm not quite sure who it is, but he looks like he's in trouble, and it could be a stretcher case. We'll have a delay of game here.
So you can see Murphy in the hands of trainers. And he probably was better off staying down. They won't call for the stretcher now and stop play. So it's 18 against 17.
Oh,
He gets trodden on accidentally.
Hooper's boot in his face.
Carlton a man down from this ball up. Rich, splendid
Great
tackle. Last week's NAB Rising Star winner, Daniel Rich, in his second game, trying to inspire his team.
16 possessions tonight for Daniel Rich.
Coming off a 21-possession game last week. Good start to his career. And the ball up. Sherman tap on. Clark over it. Didn't really have it. They didn't really have him. Ball up.
And not only has he had 16 possessions, but they've hit their targets too. He's kicked the ball well and hit the targets, which a lot of his teammates haven't.
Murphy in the hands of trainers there. The ball up. Jacobs caught. Boston in the middle of it. Hadley. He's wrapped up. Umpire will sort this out. One thing that